So I'm going to quickly make this video, and I want to apologize in advance to my former friend for making this video, because I know that the whole rigmarole, she just wanted it to end. And in that case, so do I, but unfortunately certain people aren't letting it end. So somebody wanted to point out in the comments section of one of my posts that I'll never have my former friend. I think that my former friend is well aware that if she didn't want me, I didn't want her. That was always the deal. Okay? What had happened is over the years, I had grown extremely concerned about her safety. Okay? Due to a number of weird things, such as her A, abruptly stopping talking to me, and B, out of nowhere, a few months after she stopped talking to me, people began harassing me and telling me that if I went down to Argentina, mind you, I was not even speaking to her at this point, that if I went down to Argentina, they would murder me, which led me to believe that she was in some sort of danger. She interrupted these people that were saying that she had a child, okay, and that she was married to some dude or with some dude, and she interrupted them to tell me no, she was still indeed single, and that she did not have a child, okay? Which led me to believe that somebody was, and that she did not know who these people were that were harassing me. You know, the people that are still harassing me. It's the same trolls. This led me to believe that somebody in Argentina was keeping her from speaking to me. And I let this go for a while because it seemed like it was her parents. And then they later claimed that they were her parents. Or maybe a family member of hers. I know she has two older, well, I think she has an older brother and a younger brother. My point is, I had assumed that it was just her family, so I kept letting it go and letting it go and letting it go. And then they started really insulting my race, insulting me on racialistic terms, calling me a gringo, making fun of me because I was white. And it never occurred to me that, you know, her family doesn't speak English, although certain members of her family do indeed speak English. But it didn't occur to me that her family would not be aggressively attacking some guy they don't even know about, probably. I mean, her father barely knew about me, and that was due to some things I had said in the comments section of a couple of her posts. Her and I talking, he didn't like the way we were talking to each other. Okay, but ultimately, what had happened was it never occurred to me that this had nothing to do with her, because to me it seemed like it had everything to do with her, okay? But it didn't. And then what happened is when she was involved, luckily I found out she was paid to be involved. In fact, that might be the consolation I take out of this. At least I know that she was compensated for this in some way, and hopefully she used that money to do something fun with her friends or her sister or somebody that matters to her. It's sad to me because my life has been ruined. Due to this, I'll never have a girlfriend again, probably. I'll never have a job again because of this stuff, due to my online presence. There's nothing I can do about it except live with it, okay? But I don't blame her, and I'm not mad at her. I haven't been mad at her, okay? Even at the height of this, I defended her, okay? And I think she came to the conclusion. See, I never saw those two final live streams. Well, no, I saw the one live stream, but I never saw the final live stream. Certain friends of mine watched it, and they said that she depicted me in a somewhat, in a fair manner, and then it was clear from the things that she was reading that, like, I think they said she was reading things that I had sent her, that it was clear from the things that I had sent her that I truly did love her, and that they could see that. And then it was really sweet of me to say the things that I said, and they thought that she was under some sort of, because my friends were therapists, that she was under some sort of mental anguish of some kind, reading it, and because she felt bad about what she was doing. I don't know any of that to be fact. I want people to know that I don't know any of that to be fact. I had considered viewing the live stream. I never did because I didn't want to take the chance that it would make me angry at her and make me react, okay? Because what it is there was a lot of untruths told. And at this point, it turned out that I realized that something was going on where money was being made off of my reactions, and I didn't want to. And I realized that they kept making her angrier and angrier at me. And like I said from the beginning, and I still hold fast to this, there is no way that that girl, when I say girl, I mean that 26-year-old girl, okay? She's 26. I consider that to be a girl because I'm almost 40. But like I said from the beginning of this, there is no way she would have done anything to hurt me without somebody saying something to her that either wasn't true or was greatly exaggerated. And I hold fast to that. And I do know that she was paid. I saw in the comments that somebody was trying to give her a CBDX sponsorship, and I'm pretty sure she was probably paid a portion of the money they made off of my reactions. Now, what I want to make sure that she understands, I'm not mad at her, and I still defend her. A friend of mine that's a computer nerd, people don't understand. I'm not up with all this internet crap and like all this like nonsense that happened to me. I've never been into computers. I got into computers in 2013 because a couple friends of mine, the one girl, Maria Konovalenko, she's a gerontologist. She's not necessarily a friend of mine anymore. I haven't talked to her in years. But at the time she was working at the Buck Institute on Aging. We bumped into each other on LinkedIn. We were suggested to link in with each other, and we did link in with each other. And I started seeing what she did, and then I YouTube Googled her and found out that she had a YouTube channel. And I started watching her videos, and I really liked what she was doing. And I replied to her. I said, "Look, is there any way I can help you do what you're doing? I'm a transhumanist. You're a transhumanist. What can I do to make what you do a reality for the world?" And she told me to make a Facebook account and promote her. For the most part, I wasn't even interested in politics on Facebook. What got me involved in politics on Facebook was the Trump nonsense. At the time, I was backing Donald Trump. Okay, after he had disappointed me with his attack on Syria, I think it was actually a little bit prior to the attack on Syria. That is when it might have been a little bit prior to that I found, but he was disappointing me due to his prostration to Israel and Saudi Arabia. And that's when I found my former friend. And she was very kind to me and very, very sweet to me, and we seemed to mesh on a number of points, intellectually and politically speaking. And that's when I realized the third positionism in South America was far more pure and accurate than the neo-Nazism in the United States, which I find to be unpalatable. I'll just put it that way. I think it's a little bit unpalatable compared to Peronism. I don't like the way the people behave up here versus the Peronist ideas. And I found that we meshed well. To be quite honest, she was never hard and fast one way or the other with us being together or not being together, in my opinion. And I want to make sure that people understand that's my opinion. I'm being honest. Okay? In my opinion, she was never one way or the other with that. And I think that the reason why is, like I said from the beginning, I don't think she wanted to lose me as a friend until she had no other choice to, because I was coming down. And look, the way this ended with me losing my friend really sucks. It really sucks. And it's something that I just have to deal with. Okay? And I think that she knows now that she meant quite a great deal to me. I didn't think I would ever find another person that seemed to understand me, just like she had stated in that one screenshot I had shared. I understood her, and she understood me. And it didn't seem to me like her or I would ever find anyone else that would understand us the way that we understood each other, which was one of the reasons I did pursue her as much as I did. But when I felt like she was unsafe, that's what led me to buy a plane ticket. Okay? I quit the whole going to Argentina thing until people started threatening me on YouTube and saying they were going to kill me if I came down to Argentina. when that started happening, that's when I decided to get a plane ticket. And then COVID happened. Now, remind you, I can't just go get a plane ticket to Argentina. I had to save up money. I'm not exactly wealthy. So it took a few months. Then I get the plane ticket, which I had to, because of the way, in order to afford the plane ticket, I had to wait a few more months. And all this harassment kept going on and going on and going on, and making me feel that my friend was more and more and more and more and more unsafe in a country where women are regularly beaten to death by their boyfriends and regularly beaten to death by their husbands and regularly killed by their families in honor type killings similar to the Islamic world. Okay? So this now it's strange because their overall violent crime rate is lower, or at least it was before COVID. My point is that's what happened. Now, the fact that she participated in defaming me and lying about things and all that, and she'll never admit that, and I'm not even asking her to admit that because I don't. I think at this point it would be, it's a moot point. I don't even care because even if she did apologize and made it public, unless she made a million videos apologizing and saying, "Look, me and James had a misunderstanding. I'm sorry for what I did to him." Unless she made a million videos like that and made like 10 every day for the rest of her life, it's not going to make up for the amount of videos defaming me. Okay? So that's why I don't care. There's no way to make up for this. There's no way to take it back. And I just have to deal with it. But it doesn't mean, look, when she was my friend, she was really my best friend. And I cared a great deal about her. She seemed to care a great deal about me. She really did. I never said we were romantic partners. Never said that. And that's what I also want to make clear is because people kept saying that. I said that I wanted to pursue a romantic relationship with her from a eugenics standpoint. Okay? That was the reason for that. She and I were both eugenists at one time, and I thought that we meshed very well. And when people are saying they're still trying to bring her up and still bringing up hurtful things to try and get aggressive reactions out of me, you're not going to get an aggressive reaction at me, out of me toward her at all ever again. That is not an appropriate way for me to speak to her. And all that did was allow her to feel like whatever the nonsense was that you people were telling her, that it might have been true. And it's not true. I have never wished her any ill will. I have never wanted any harm to come to her, ever. I really cared about her. The whole point of me going down to Argentina, if I went, which I didn't, but the whole point of me going down to Argentina was to make sure that her well-being was secure and that she was safe. It was not even to have sex with her. I didn't know if she wanted me like that. She, as I said, she was never 100% one way or the other. She kind of just let me think whatever I wanted in my own head because I think that she wanted me as a friend, and I think she was too afraid that if she was honest with me, I would have stopped talking to her. And she didn't. It's not so much that she enjoyed me talking to her per se. I think she enjoyed knowing that there was somebody that cared about her. And honestly, look, I cannot stop caring about her. She meant a lot to me. Okay, that's the truth. And if I could, I would love to consider her my friend still, but I can't. And that's what's so sad about it. After what she did to me, the unfortunate truth is I cannot even consider her my friend. I can't go, oh, well, that's just my friend that doesn't talk to me. I have to go, no, she really screwed me over. But you know what? That's what happened, that's what happened. It doesn't mean, and in closing, I never wanted to be with her if she did not want to be with me. My primary concern was her well-being and her safety. And I'm getting really tired of people taking everything out of context in regards to her. I don't care if you take my jokes out of context and all that crap. You're going to do that. You're going to do that because that's what you do. Stop taking my friendship with her out of context.